Okay, here we are. We are live inside Facebook land. And let's see, we are also, let me let people in here to our waiting room so we can make sure that we've got everybody where they need to be. Where is my waiting room? All of a sudden I got paused. Is this going to be a different Facebook group than the classes group? So Kelly, this is in Unlocking Six-Figure Success. So that is the Facebook group for this training. Yeah.
I didn't see yesterday's session in that Facebook group. So I was wondering if this is going to a different Facebook group.
It is. It's not going into build a six-figure business. It's going into Unlocking Six-Figure Success. So separate. So we have a separate pop-up Facebook group just for this training. And so it's in that one. And that was streamed directly to it yesterday.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Miss Amy. How are you? We've got Carolee and we've got Beverly and Maria and Jennifer. Awesome. We are going to pop on and we're going to get going. There's Barb's all the way from Zimbabwe. All right. You guys ready to dive into the nurture method today? Because I'm super excited to teach you the nurture method. This is truly my favorite thing to teach. And it is the piece that I know is missing out of the majority of the strategy that you're taught when you go to school, whether you're in health coaching school or massage therapy school. No worries, Carolee, absolutely, you can keep your camera off. They don't teach us this. And look, it's not your fault that you don't know this piece. I had to learn it myself too. The reason why is because our coaching schools are not meant to actually, are not set up to give us everything that we need to actually build a six-figure business. They're set up to teach us how to learn a modality. They're set up how to help somebody with their health, their wellness, their nutrition, their energy, whatever that is, the coaching piece, but they're really not set up to give you everything in one place. And so what they typically do is they give you, either a 6-week module or something that teaches you just the very top end basics of how to do a discovery session. And there's nothing wrong with that. You absolutely get skills in how to actually take somebody through a process and to actually run that call. The problem is that we're really missing a major piece before we actually get to the call. And that was where my frustration was, and many of my clients feel a huge frustration around, is that it's not about trying to take a stranger into a buyer. The system or what they teach is really, really great for your warm audience or your hot audience, right? So there's kind of like a sprint, which is the short-term strategy. Hey, Barb's. But there's also the marathon, which is how do you build it long-term so that you're actually hitting 6 figures, right? And so if you don't have both, if you don't have the on-demand way of what do you do with your warm audience, and how are you going to attract and nurture and invite people to work with you, which is the marathon, then we're kind of stuck. Then we're either, typically we're staying at either the emerging or, the magnetizing on the pathway, right? We've gone from invisible, maybe we're getting a few clients, but pretty soon you're going to kind of pick all the low-hanging fruit. And so if you don't have a way to bring people consistently into your ecosystem, then you're stuck. And that's why you have some high months, some low months, and some scary quarters where it doesn't look like anything is really happening. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. We're going to be diving into day 2 is all about the nurture method, and it's about these 3 critical pieces. If you take nothing else away from these 3 days, please pay attention to this piece. This is the basics of marketing and sales. And you have to market and you have to also make sales in your business in order to create any type of impact in the world. You have to let people know who it is that you are, and you have to share with them what it is that you do, and you have to invite them to work with you. Okay, so this attract, nurture, and invite piece, I want you to think of these as like 3 legs of a stool. You really can't build a business without all 3. And I'm going to share with you why here. Attracting is being visible. Okay, attracting is, here is the way that I can support you. This is what I do. This is what my mission is. This is what I'm passionate about. Attraction is being visible enough so that your ideal client can find you. If you are attracting an ideal client and then you are just inviting them to work with you and you don't have the nurture piece in, what you're trying to do is take a stranger into a buyer, and that rarely works. Why? Because we don't buy from people we don't know, like, and trust, right? The only time we buy is if we have an experience of know, like, trust with people. Well, how are they going to get the know, like, trust? You have to nurture them. So people, it's kind of like, buying a car. I don't know anybody who just, picks out a car without driving it first. Maybe there are some people out there that do that, but Julie, are you like, I know what I want, but you probably already had an experience of that car in some, point in time, right? Like, you're like, okay, well, maybe my friend had it. Typically there is an experience of know, like, trust that you have with the brand, the car, or whatever it is that you're purchasing. That's where the nurture component is. So if you're lacking the nurture component, then what you're trying to do is you're spending a lot of energy trying to convince or persuade somebody that they need to buy your 90-day program or whatever that is. Okay. And that doesn't feel good. And that's why it feels like we're in the energy of hustle, right? Now, if you just nurture and invite, but you're not attracting, what ends up happening is that you're probably attracting the wrong client. Okay, so we want to make sure that when we're attracting people, we want to attract the right client. Remember on day one, yesterday, I talked about the sidewalkers, the slow lane, and the fast lane. We want to make sure that we're attracting the right client so that we don't feel like, again, we have to drag somebody from the sidewalk into the slow lane or into the fast lane. It doesn't work. So we want to be really clear about who it is that we're attracting and make sure that we are going to where it is that they are so that they can find us. So we need all three pieces of that to work. Okay. And if we are not inviting, if we're attracting the right person into our ecosystem and we're nurturing them, but we're scared to death to actually invite them to work with us, we're not going to actually serve anybody. If we don't make the invitations, if we don't make the offers, then we're not actually helping somebody on their journey. People need to know the way that they can work with you. People need to know that there is a way that they can have your support to take them from where they are on Pain Island, which is where they're struggling, to where ultimately they get to have their transformation. And I see a lot of people getting stuck here, right? Anybody get stuck in the invitation piece? Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't want to come across as salesy, right? I hear that all the time. Let me share something with you about salesy. Salesy is actually an energy. It's not an action. Salesy is an energy. It's not an action. So if you don't want to be salesy, you don't have to be, because you're not in the energy of trying to convince or persuade. And if you're not in the energy of trying to force somebody or convince them or persuade them, then you're not in the energy of salesy. So we get to do this completely different. Okay, so today is all about attract, nurture, invite. And if you are excited about learning more about this, I want you to type yes in the chat, because this was a game changer for me. And this is the basics. Whenever anybody is confused about what to do in their business, we always come back to this. This is the basics. If ever you're like, I don't know what to do to grow my business, what are you doing to attract? What are you doing to nurture? What are you doing to invite? And we're going to talk about what falls into those 3 steps so that you'll know exactly what are some of the things that you can do to do this in a way that feels really, really good for you. But the first step is I want you to identify, what are you missing? Are you missing the attraction piece? Are you not attracting the right people? Are you attracting the sidewalkers, or are you not being visible at all? Are you missing the nurture piece? So you're not really sure kind of what to do to give somebody an experience and to build know, like, trust with you? Or are you missing the invite piece, where you're just not making the offers, you're just not making the invitations for people to actually get out of their pain? When I think of inviting, or lack of inviting rather, I think about what we end up doing is we end up abandoning our clients on Pain Island. It's like, we see you, I can see that you're struggling, I can see that you're having trouble in whatever, thing it is, but we never invite them. And so we just abandon them. We let them stay in their pain. So if we don't invite them to work with us and take the natural next step, then we're just leaving them there. And that's actually not very heart-centered thing to do, is it? To be like, I have a way out, but I'm not going to tell you about it. So I have a way I can help you, but I'm never going to let you know about it. That is actually more about us and more about feeling that somebody else is going to look at us in a different way. We're making it about us instead of actually making it about helping your potential client. So I really want you to be able to create a paradigm shift around what invitation is. An invitation is helping somebody step into their next level of transformation if they want your support. No forcing, no persuading. Now, inside of Activate Abundance, one of the things that we do to help you build consistent results is we have something called a golden hour, and it allows you to do the attract, nurture, invite piece first. And so I would highly recommend that if you don't have something set up in your business right now, where the first hour that you are in your business, I want you to devote to attract, nurture, and invite. The first hour that you are in your business, I want you to devote that to any type of actions where you are attracting, nurturing, or inviting. Okay, so let's dive into attract. These are 3 simple steps to staying consistent in attract. And this is the basics. Every single day, you want to get in front of people so that they can find you. You have to be visible, right? And that is all that marketing is. All that marketing is, and I know marketing can be such a dirty word, but all marketing is being visible so that people can find you. You want to attract them with value and tell them how you can help them. So how do we attract people with value? Some ways that we do this, and the simplest way that we do this is actually just with a freebie, right? Here's my checklist. As a matter of fact, one of my checklists is all about attract, nurture, invite. It is business basics checklist for 10K months. And if you guys want my checklist, let me know. I'll pop it over to you. Just type in checklist in the chat and I will come through. And if you're on Facebook and you want the checklist, just pop that in. It gives you the exact things to focus on under attract, nurture, and invite. And then inviting them to work with you so that you can solve their problem. Okay, so that they can solve their problem. You can help them solve their problem. Get in front of people, give people value, invite them to work with you. Those are the basics. That's what you want to focus on in your golden hour. These are income generators, right? If you're ever confused about what generates income in your business, it's not fancy branding photos. It's not your website. It's these 3 steps. Put on repeat every single day. Okay, no matter if you're selling mattresses or coaching. Get in front of people, be visible, attract people with value, tell them how you can help them, invite them to take the natural next step with you. Now, inside of Activate Abundance, we share a lot about, we actually spend a whole module on attraction and the way that we do that. A couple ways that we do that is with a freebie or a lead magnet. I'm sure you've heard of the irresistible offer or a lead magnet, but there's other ways that we can also attract people. And I want you to think about it in terms of 2 kind of levers. Okay, one way is what is it that we do on our own to attract our ideal client? But the other lever that people forget about is collaborations, connecting with other people who can put us in front of their audience. Okay, so take a look around you. Who else do you know that might serve your ideal client in a different way than you do? So for example, my ideal client are all of you. You are coaches, you're wellness practitioners, you're holistic practitioners here to help people create healthier, happier lives. Who else might serve you? A mindset coach, a copywriter, energy worker. There are a multitude of different people that I can connect, book coaches, right, that I collaborate with, NLP, hypnosis, trying to think of who else do I connect and collaborate with, people that do podcasts, right? So there are multiple people that are going to help me get in front of my ideal client and be visible. Okay, so there's two levers that you want to pull for visibility. Organically, which is what you're doing on your own, and also organically with what you're doing to collaborate. You do not need to be spending money on ads though. Let me just say that if you are thinking about spending money on ads, do not do that until you have your marketing and sales process working well. You need to already be making money with your message and your marketing that is attracting the right client into your ecosystem, because ads don't fix that problem. You can't just throw money at ads and expect them to bring the right people in if you're not even sure about the right person that you want to attract into your world, right? So you don't need to be spending ads right now. All right, next up is nurture. What do we do to nurture? This is another module. So remember, I told you I was going to share with you the 6 steps inside the Soulful Abundance System. We talked about alignment yesterday, and we talked about design. So we're aligning to our own worthiness, our own value, our own energy that we want to be in, the abundance energy, not scarcity. We also talked about having a high-end offer and a signature system that we can take people through. We actually hope you design that inside of Activate Abundance. Those are the first 2 pillars. Now we're in attract, nurture, and invite. Those are 3 different pillars. Attract is how are we going to be visible? Now this is nurture. So every day you want to give people a place to belong. And I love Facebook groups for that reason. It's free and it gives people a place to land and a place to belong. Okay. It's one of the reasons why I do what it is that I do, and I can actually share with people across the world. It's not just local. There is a wider audience. It's a worldwide audience, and Facebook is free. Facebook does Facebook groups the best. Let me just say that there's 2 major platforms. You guys know what the 2 major platforms are where everybody spends their time? Facebook. Yep, I saw Kelly do Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is right. Instagram's not number 2 though. Anybody want to guess? Let's see. Let me get to the chat. TikTok? It's not TikTok. Jennifer got it. It's YouTube. Facebook and YouTube are the 2 highest places. Now, here's the interesting thing. YouTube is a search engine. It's not a social media platform. So if we're talking about creating visibility, we want to be on a platform that is a social media platform where you actually get to actively engage with people. Why? Because relationships are what builds a business. Actually connecting, seeing, hearing, giving people a place where they feel like they belong. That is why I do what it is that I do on Facebook. Okay. And again, it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. So it's amazing. So the other piece that I want to share about Facebook groups is that when you have a Facebook group, that doesn't mean that you're spending all of your time on Facebook. It just means that you're giving somebody a place to land, even if you decided to go in to do some personal talks, right? So for those of you that really want to do more in-person things, that's great. Continue to do lunch and learns, continue to do, in-person talks, continue to speak on stages if that's what you want to do, but bring them back to your Facebook group so that they have a place to land where they get to have an experience of you over and over again. Because the truth is, people tend to be in your world for a while before they're actually going to say yes to buy with you, because they need to build that know, like, trust. The beauty of Facebook groups, though, is that when you're in a Facebook group and you're sharing value that's relevant, you're helping them create wins. You're helping them see that what it is that you do is going to help them create epiphanies or wins around solving the problem that they have. They also get to see you and have an experience of your energy, right? One of the things that I hear all the time is, I just really like your energy. Well, people don't hear or see my energy unless I'm actually visible, right? People aren't going to get to experience that just, on YouTube or just in email. And we want to connect and build relationships so that our people feel seen, heard, and valued. Okay, so this is all in the nurture piece. This is why this is so important. If we're missing this piece, it's truly like trying to drag somebody from the sidewalk into your offer. So it allows us to connect and build relationships. It allows us to also show up and consistently to what? Build trust. When we are consistent, and trust goes both ways, by the way. Trust is our community builds trust within us, but we also get to build trust with ourselves. When we show up consistently, we build trust with our people. They're like, oh, she's actually showing up on Mondays at 4 o'clock when she says she is to do a Facebook Live. That's what I do in my Facebook group. I give value. I share free trainings every single Monday. And look, they're not all 1 hour trainings. Sometimes they're 5-minute trainings. Sometimes they're 15-minute trainings. But I'm showing up and I'm giving value. And I'm giving people to have what? An experience of me. So they also feel seen, heard, and valued. And I'm also interacting. So it's building relationships. And you're doing that without having to spend ads. Amazing. It also gives people an opportunity to take the natural next step to working with you. Another thing that I teach inside of Activate Abundance is actually doing what I call nurture events. This right here is a nurture event. It's a way to give people value. It's a way to help people create quick wins. It's a way to help people also take the natural next step if they feel that they want to learn more. Because the truth is there's only so much you can cover in an hour, right? Especially in a group, right? So in order for me to customize things for people, in order for somebody to have my brain and my heart and my ears and my eyes on their business, they need to come inside of Activate Abundance so I know what's going on in the background so that I can help them take a look and tweak and move things around so that they can use the tips and the techniques that I teach in a way that aligns with them. But we have to give people an opportunity to take the natural next step with us. Why? Because if we don't, what are we doing? We're abandoning them on Pain Island. It is in service to helping somebody get the transformation that they want. Invite is the third. Oh my gosh, I'm saying the third stool, leg on the stool. Invite is the third leg on the stool, okay? Again, belief, when you invite somebody, we all, before we can say yes, go through a ladder of beliefs. And I want to share what this is, because this is something that I cover inside of Activate Abundance. When we understand the ladder of beliefs and what our clients go through, we are more able to support them and to see where they might get stuck in their own beliefs. So I'm going to take you up 5 different steps. There's 5 different steps on the ladder of beliefs that come with inviting somebody to work with you. The very first step, and this is always going to be the first step before when we're inviting somebody to work with us, is that you have to be enrolled in you. Because in order to truly enroll somebody else, we have to be enrolled in ourselves. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe that what it is that we're inviting somebody to is going to help them. Because if we don't believe that, nobody else will. Right? Yeah, if you don't believe that you could help somebody, why would anybody else believe it? So step 1 is we get to work on that mindset component of feeling empowered and confident in our state of being, that I am here to do work, that my work is powerful, that my work is important, and that without support, people are going to end up or stay on Pain Island and not be able to have a solution to their problem. That's why we spent so much time in the very beginning of day 1 yesterday of aligning, right? So this brings it back to the mindset piece. Who are we being? Are we believing in ourselves? The next step is people need to believe that whatever the solution is possible in the world, somewhere in the world, right? So if I was suffering from diabetes, I'm just going to use that as an example. I would have to believe that it's possible in the world to be able to control that or to bring my A1C number down or whatever that is. I would have to believe that it's possible in the world. If I don't believe it's possible in the world, I'm not gonna invest in anything to help me with my diabetes. It's impossible because I don't believe it's going to work for me. Don't believe anything is going to work because I don't believe it's possible, right? Step 2 is I believe it's possible for me. So I believe that, yes, I have seen other people, they've got a handle on their diabetes, they've lowered their A1C numbers, they've lost weight, they felt better, whatever it is, right? I believe it's possible for me. Sure, I believe that I've seen my best friend do it, and I believe that I could do it too. If I don't believe that I can do it too, I can't move up the ladder. Step 3 would be, I would need to believe that it's possible for me right now. In order for me to say yes to work with you, who is going to support me in healthy lifestyle and habit changes, I need to believe that the solution is possible for me right now. Not in 6 months, not when the kids go away to college, not when I have all of the XYZ things, not when the stars align, but right now. I'm not going to say yes unless I believe it's possible. Number 4, I believe this is possible for me now, and I desire your support. So now this comes back to now I believe that you are the person for me. Nobody is going to believe that you are their person if you don't nurture first. That's why the invitation to work with you is step 3. It's not step 1. Yet how often are we taught that what we have to do is just get somebody on a sales call and try to sell them? No, it's backwards. That is the last thing that we do. Why? Because if they don't believe it's possible for them right now and they desire your support, they can't be a yes to work with you. That's why we hear so many people say, I'm having sales calls, I'm booking discovery sessions, but all I hear is, no, this isn't the right time. I don't have enough money. My husband won't support me. The stars aren't aligned, whatever it is, all of the excuses, right? It's because there's no belief. They don't believe it's possible for them right now, and they're not sure whether or not they trust that you can help them. The nurture component builds that trust. Okay. Step 5, they believe, or I believe, that this is possible for me now with your support, and I am willing to enroll anyone else necessary to be in alignment with my decision. I am willing to have a conversation with my husband and say, honey, this is so important to me. I am asking for your support. Can we figure out how to make this happen? I am willing to take a look at, where can I find the resources that I need to support me in this journey of lowering my diabetes? I am willing to do that. Until they're willing to do that, they cannot be a yes. Is this making sense? Pop a yes in the chat if this is making sense, that this ladder of belief has to be present. Yeah. So here, the good thing is there's only 5, right? And if somebody is saying now is not the right time, not a problem. We know that actually, where are they stuck? They're stuck in a false belief that they don't believe that it's possible for them right now, right? And time can also be seen as kind of like this barrier. Sometimes we believe that we're getting too close to something, and so we just say, oh, I don't have enough time. The truth is, if we're talking about time in particular, there is no scarcity of time. Time was here before us. Time will be here after we pass. We all get the same 24 hours a day. It's not about time. It's about how are we choosing to use it. And so this isn't about overcoming somebody's objection, trying to convince or persuade them. This is about uncovering, how do they want to use their time? Is it important enough for them to use their time to lose the weight or get healthier or put an end to their stress? If it's not important to them to use their time in a different way, then they can't be a yes. Okay. If they don't believe and they don't have enough trust built with you yet, then they might not desire our support, right? So that's where a lot of times we might hear, oh, I don't have enough money for this, right? Money, the truth about money is it's the opposite side of the same coin as time. Time's on one side, money's on the other, okay? I believe this 100%, and I will always believe this because I've seen it work with me. Whenever it comes to money, it is about, do I believe that I can create the resources that I need to support my desire? It's not about giving our bank account permission to say yes or no. It really comes down to, do I believe in myself? Do I believe that I can create the resources to support this? Because until we believe that, we also can't be a yes for our desires because we're not willing to go all in. How do I know this is true? When I hired my very first coach, I did not have the money. I invested in a $10,000 program with $100. That's all I had in my checking account to spare. I had no room on my credit cards. My bank account said no. There was absolutely no way. I had nowhere to put it. But I said yes because I believed that there is going to be a way that I could come up with the resources. I was not going to let my bank account say, you can't do this. So what did I do? I worked with my coach over the course of the next month to come up with just the next payment. I said yes. I put the money down. Here's my $100. This is all I got. And she supported me in actually an app called Voxer to say, okay, how do you want to come up with the next? Let's figure out a way that you can create the income that you need. And in that month, I actually got 5 people together, took them through a 6-week wellness program and created $1,000. Holy crap, guess what? My bank account doesn't have the power to tell me whether I can or can't have something. The bank account said no. The credit card said no. But guess what I just did? I created the resources that I needed to support the desire. There's always a way. Always. Sometimes it takes time for us to take a look at where the resources are. Sometimes we have to create the resources, but there are a lot of different ways that we can actually create the resources that we need if we truly want something. And I truly wanted it. I was tired of struggling. I was tired of being 20 grand in debt. I wanted support so that I could build a 6-figure business. And what happened? I not only built a 6-figure business, I built a multiple 6-figure business. I created $1 million in 3 years in my business. Now, I went from only having $100 in my bank account to being where I am now. Why? Because I said yes, and I trusted that I had the capability to create the results. Because I had somebody be a stand for me to say, I believe it's possible. She was a stand for me. She was a stand for what was possible for me, and I desired that support. Okay. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can actually create income. It's one of the things that I teach inside of the Cash Flow Accelerator so that you can create income quickly whenever you need it, if you got to pay bills or if you want support in creating more income. That is a separate training, but we do give all of our clients inside of Activate Abundance Academy access to the Cash Flow Accelerator because we know people want support in how to create income quickly. So when we talk about I can't afford it, it's really about trust that they can create it. It's really about trust that I actually feel that I am empowered enough to figure out whether or not this is important and whether or not I'm willing to move in that direction. Because the truth is, we can't create abundance until we commit. Think about it. If I'm just going to bring the example of a bike. You can't ride a bike by watching a TV show about how to ride a bike. You can't ride a bike by somebody saying, hop on the seat, put your hands on the handlebars, and then just start pedaling. You have to commit to getting on the bike and riding the bike in order to learn how to do it. So the commitment always has to come first. Okay. Now, if somebody is struggling to put food on the table, that is a different conversation. That is a very different conversation. If somebody can't pay their rent or put food on the table, then we actually need to give them resources to do that. Okay, we need to help them find, we want to guide them to resources to do that. Okay, but that's a different conversation than, I'm not sure if I can create it, or my bank account says no, but I'm not willing to look for the resources on how I could make this happen. Typically, when we say I have to ask my husband, right, or my partner or whatever, what that's really about is wanting to share the blame. What do I mean by that? When we say, let me ask my husband, what that means is I don't believe enough in myself to go to my husband and say, honey, I really want this. I would like your support. When I say, and again, this is very different than a conversation saying, we need to talk to each other because we both need to talk about resources. This is not what I'm talking about. But if I say, I just need to ask my husband first and see if it's okay with him. If it's okay with him, then it's okay. No, that means I don't trust myself enough. And so I'm going to share the blame. If he says it's okay, or she says it's okay, then if I fail, guess what? It's okay because they actually gave me permission. That is based on fear and doubt too. What we get to do instead is help them tap into their own trust. And look, I am going to be the first person to say, if I need to spend a large amount of money, I'm going to go to my husband and say, hey, honey, I want to talk about this. But I'm going to go to him saying, honey, this is important to me because I think we need to have this, or I want to invest in this because this is how it's going to change my business. And because of that, this is how it's going to change my life, or this is going to change my health so that I can have more energy to do more fun things with you, so that I'm not, feeling like, I'm crying all the time, or whatever it is, right? Think about what it is are some of the symptoms that your client has. It's going to help with the relationship that we have and the lifestyle that we have. And again, time, we talked about this already, but typically time, there's never going to be the right time. Never. There's never the right time. Time is only when we say, am I willing? Am I committed? Am I willing to put in the effort and the energy that I need to take in order to make it happen? Time is typically about, I'm afraid, I'm getting too close to what it is that I want, so I'm just not going to do the thing. I'm just not going to make the commitment. I'm going to use time as a barrier for having what it is that I want. So these are actually false beliefs. They're not objections. They're false beliefs. They're false beliefs that I can't create what it is that I want. They're false beliefs that I need somebody else to give me permission, whether it's my husband or my mom or my best friend. It's a false belief that I don't have enough time, because the truth is we always make time for what's valuable. If my son came in right now and said, hey, mom, will you play backgammon with me? I would say, honey, I'm sorry, I don't have time. I don't. I'm here. My time is being used in this way. But if he said, mom, I just cut my finger in the kitchen, can you help me? I wouldn't say, honey, I don't have enough time. I would say, y'all, I need to circle back around to this. I will, meet you back again, and I will go take care of my kid. Can you see the difference? It's about making a choice. It's about making an empowered choice. Yeah, let me pop in the chat because I know time bends to our priorities. Yes, Amy, love that. Yes, put that on a sticker. I used to call myself a time bender. Because when I was building my health coaching practice, I worked with women who were struggling to take care of themselves. And I kept hearing that I don't have enough time. It's never about that, my friend. It's about something deeper. It's about lacking value or worthiness, or not being willing to put the energy towards that. Cool. So these three things, I'm going to just pop back up here again. These are the three things that we need to have in place in your business on a daily basis in order to attract people into our world, nurture people with value and build know, like, trust with them, and then invite them to work with us. Okay. Attract, nurture, and invite. Tomorrow, we're going to cover empowerment. how to be an empowered leader, not only for yourself, but also how do you be a stand for your client. And I also said that I was going to share with you the next step that you could take if this resonates with you, if you want to learn this, if you want my eyes and my ears and my heart with you on your business, to grow your business in a way that feels natural and aligned, then I'm going to share with you how you can do that. And if you want to pop off now because you don't want to hear it, you are more than welcome to. But for those of you that would like to hear more about what it is and how I support my clients, I am more than happy to do that. So let me just pop in to Activate Abundance so I can share that with you, because Activate Abundance is an amazing program. It is something that I have worked on for many, many years, and is something that I've taken hundreds of clients through, and it works. So let me share my screen with you real quick. There we go. All righty. Activate Abundance. This is what it is. Activate Abundance is a one-year program. It's a one-year program that is going to take you through all 6 steps, and we get to customize it for you. So we're going to uncover for you who's your ideal client. We're going to uncover for you what is your secret sauce. We're going to help you with what is your program, what are your offers, making sure that you're pricing it appropriately. We're going to make sure that you have all of the things in the alignment and the design module so that you've got everything that you need. You have a signature system, you've got a profit plan, and you get to be the empowered leader that you are to unleash your full potential and really reach the highest fulfillment that you want to have. Okay, so we're going to do those 2 things. We're also going to work with you to attract, nurture, and invite. And the nurture component can be something like this that you see me doing online. It can also be something in person. And it doesn't have to be a 3-day event, by the way. It could be a 1-day workshop. It could be a 1-hour workshop. It could be a lunch and learn. There's a lot of different ways. So I actually give you both. I give you my entire script of what I used to teach as a lunch and learn as I grew my 6-figure business. I'm giving you all of my stuff. So here's something that I want to share, and that is many mainstream coaching programs fail us as wellness entrepreneurs because they can be too rigid. They don't take into account the unique challenges that come with the health and wellness industry. It really can be tough to balance business growth and client well-being when you have a deep personal connection to your work. And that is very, very different than selling mattresses, right? Or selling products, right? We are deeply invested in our work. And so you want to be able to find something that is going to work with you and allow you to customize it. Many other programs don't offer enough support. And this really frustrates me. When I see so many coaches just like saying, yes, let me just, do the thing, but they don't actually have real-time guidance. Maybe it's just a couple of modules that they download, or the 6 modules inside of the coaching program. And what it really does is it leaves you left on your own to figure it out. And that can be overwhelming, and you can also feel really, really stuck. It's also the reason why I only take 15 people into Activate Abundance at a time, because my clients get me. They don't get a success coach that has never built a successful business. They actually get me. I know what it is that I'm doing. I'm not a newbie. You can ask me your questions. You've got my eyes, my ears, and my heart with you on your business. It's important to me that you have support. You will not be one of 100 that raises their hands and never gets access to having their questions answered. Other programs don't prioritize mindset and motivation. Oh my gosh, sales and marketing tactics aren't enough. Why? Because energy trumps strategy. You need both. I want you to think of this as a yin and a yang. You need mindset of abundance and purpose and strategy. You need both. But if you only have the strategy, then what ends up happening is you tend to give yourself a way out of the back door, or you don't follow through, or you don't implement. And I decided that I was going to create a program that was going to meet all of these needs in a way that I needed it. And that's really what Activate Abundance is. It is an entire program giving you everything that you need, including live access to mindset coaches, live access. By the way, my personal mindset coach comes in every quarter. She's coming in at the end, actually next week, and she's going to be doing a mindset call so that you can bust through any limitations that you might have that are holding you back. You have access to live calls with my personal copywriter and marketing expert every single month. You get on a live call with her. You don't get that unless you work with her personally. You get access every single week, 3 weeks out of every month, to live calls with me so that you can ask your questions, get clarity, and move through whatever it is that is stopping you quickly. I really do believe that this is a revolutionary approach to building your business because it is both heart and soul aligned with strategy. So these are the pillars that are going to be inside. As you know, the alignment pillar, we start with first, it creates abundance. The second was design. So how are we going to design success for you so that you're a standout leader in your field? And also make sure that you've got your profit plan and a way that you're actually pricing your programs and have your signature system. Pillar 3 is all about attracting your ready-yes clients, the right ones, right? And organically and authentically grow your business. Pillar 4 is about nurturing. Pillar 5 is about enrollment, the ladder of beliefs. And pillar 6 is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, but it's all about being empowered to mastery. The truth is we are constantly evolving in our business, and it's important for us to be empowered leaders so that we can say, this is working. I want to do more of that. This I have an opportunity for growth in. This, forget it. It's out. I'm not going to do that anymore. And you get to do that with support with a business coach that is going to actually help you with that. So I want to share with you one other thing, and then we are going to pop off for today, and I will absolutely share how you can come to this page so that you can get more information. You have daily access to trainings inside your membership portal. You also have the opportunity to connect with an accountability if that's your jam. If you want somebody to connect with, absolutely you can do that. And you have daily support in a Voxer group for me. And also we do have a success coach, which is a productivity coach that you also get access to work with her every single month. We have a productivity coach for a reason. We know as entrepreneurs, we get stuck when we're like, oh, this looks good and this looks good and I could do this and this and this and this and this, right? We're all creatives. And we have a productivity coach that is going to guide you every single month to make sure that you stay on track so that you're not taking yourself out of the game. Every single week, we've got recorded training modules with workbooks, live Q&A calls with me. Week 4 is always an integration week. Why? Because we want to be able to take time and go back and learn anything that we want to learn and have some spaciousness. You also have weekly accountability trackers to keep you focused on the needle movers, not the bright, shiny objects. And the Voxer group for what we get to do is we create intentions, declarations, and inspired actions, and all of the love in a community. Every Monday, we have group mindset calls with me. You have group accountability calls with the Success Pod. You have monthly abundance and profit plans. You have monthly copywriting and marketing calls. And then we take a look at what you get quarterly. You get one-on-one calls with me. When I said you have access to me, you not only get me in group, but you get me one-on-one. We're going to have a strategy call to create and customize the action plan for you. We're also going to have activator calls. These are live group coaching trainings every single quarter to create your profit plan and to dive into things like, how do we create a nurture event? How do we grow an email list? What are some of the things that we want to do? These are deeper dives where we actually spend either a half day or a full day to help you predictably grow your business to 10K months. 2 times a year, we have a special VIP workshop on the inner game and the beliefs that we need to create to shift our identity into the empowered leader that we already are. And then twice a year, we do a live cash flow accelerator. So remember, I told you, for those of you that are like, yeah, this sounds great, but I don't know how to afford it. The cash flow accelerator is part of your program. So you have the skills and the tools to bring cash into your business anytime you need it. And that's really key, but that's the short-term strategy, right? Bringing cash into our business anytime we need it. We need that short-term strategy, but we also need the long-term strategy of attract, nurture, invite. You get all of it here. And then annually, we create a epic year workshop, which is you're going to lay out your entire year. You also get a business builder's toolbox. You get access to the Six-Figure Foundations program that I run live twice a year. So it is a done with you program. You work with me every single week, going through the workbooks to lay the foundation. I already told you about the cash flow accelerator. You get the abundance journal. You get the rockstar email templates. You actually get a 90-day done for you content plan. So you don't have to worry about what to post and when to post it. There is so much inside here. I don't even want to I'm going to let you kind of go back through and read it. But there is so much in here that you get to use so that you can pull the levers that you're meant to pull, take action on the things that you want to take action on. And also you have access to all of these amazing experts. Samantha Schmuck, for those of you who went through Health Coach Institute, she is one of my friends. She is a high performance habits coach, and she comes in every quarter and does a training. Laura Machine, she's the copy and marketing expert. You get access to her every single month live. Laura Cannell, she's our thought leader expert. She comes in live every single quarter to talk about thought leadership and how you can create a result through books and also through speaking. Liz Nicholas, my personal mindset coach, she's the expert that comes in every month live. And then we have Nicole Kramer, and she comes in twice a year. She is an expert on exactly what to say and also sales. So if you get stuck, we have these experts here to support you. So that's your team. And then we also have Carrie Thomas, who's our productivity coach, and also Ashley Fina, where we do a 21-day visibility challenge. And that is her specialty, helping you create visibility. So if we were to price all of this together, when I took a look at this and we priced this all together, it was going to be well over $50,000. I am not going to charge $50,000 for a year-long program, promise. The investment in that program is $20,000 so that you can actually have all of the support. So $20K for one-on-one calls, for live access, for creating cash anytime you need it, for getting unstuck in your mindset and your beliefs. But because you guys are on the call live and you're going to get an email about this, you can actually take $5,000 off. So for the next 48 hours, the investment is $15,000, $15K. And if you want to split that up into payments, you can do 12 payments of $1,250. Okay, so that's a payment plan so that you can create what it is that you want as you go. So activate abundance. If you want to hop on a call with me, I'm more than happy to support you in a call to decide whether this or something else is a better fit for you. We are going to be running Six-Figure Foundations in November. We are going to be running Cash Flow Accelerator next year. So just know that there's other places that you can start. My hope is that you decide that you want everything because you're going to get the best value. And that's what Activate Abundance does. It gives you the best value so that we collapse the timeline and get you creating consistent income in your business. And I didn't share with you because I forgot. So let me share this with you. I do have a guarantee in this program. And it's called the Ultimate Commitment Guarantee. If by the end of your time inside Activate Abundance, you don't make the same amount that you would make if you are not at $8,333 by the end of your time when you finish, you can take it again for 12 months at no charge. That is the equivalent of six figures, $8,333, because I'm committed. I believe in your potential. If you show up and if you do the coursework, if you implement the steps that I teach you, if you follow the guidance and you don't hit that monthly equivalent, you can take it again. But I know that if you implement, you will absolutely get results. So we covered a lot, and I'm going to actually just take this and pop it in the chat so you can take a look. And this is the same link that you can use also if you want to book a call with me. So remember, the call is not about me trying to convince you or persuade you that you need this. The call is only about me help answer any questions that you might have about whether this is a good fit for you right now. And if it's not and there's something better, I'll share that with you. And if I don't have something for you, I will guide you to another colleague to help you get that. That's my commitment. I don't do hard sales. I don't try to force or convince or drag anybody across the finish line. I won't do that because I only want people who are willing to go all in, because you can't get to where it is that you want to go. You cannot create 10K months unless you're willing to go all in. Okay, so if you're not willing to go all in right now, that's okay. That's okay. But just know that until you're ready to commit and say yes and go all in, business isn't going to happen. All right. Woo! Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions about attract, nurture, invite, or about activate abundance that I can support you in? When does the year start? So when does the year starts whenever you enroll, Elaine. So it's an open enrollment. So you can start next week. You can start next month. My suggestion would be that you probably start in October, because we're going to take the last week off in September. So you can pay now and we can start later. You're welcome, Amy. So glad you were here. Thank you for being here. Yeah. So really, I want you to ask yourself, you really have a couple choices here. You can decide whether or not you stay and keep doing what it is that you're doing, right? We know we've done that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can absolutely do that. You can get a book and learn more about it. You can download more freebies and try to piece things together. I did that for a while too. There's no shame in that. Or if you want my support, I would love to hop on a call with you. And again, it's a free call. I don't charge for the call, but it is not to give you business advice. It is specifically to talk to you about what support you're looking for and what is going to help you get the best results in the amount of support that you're looking for. Okay. Any other questions? So Elaine asked, when does the year start? Awesome. So remember, you have a $5,000 bonus. You can dive right in and do that. And book a call with me if you want to talk more. If you don't see anything on the calendar, personally message me, because I do have a retreat that I'm running next week. Elaine, I will see you there. Super excited to see you there. And I will open up some time for you if you don't see something within the next few days. Okay. Also, don't forget about bingo. Abundance Bingo. Download your bingo card. I am giving away the grand prize of having a half VIP day with me, where we get to dive all into this, you and me, one-on-one. I'm also giving you Cash Flow Accelerator. Another person's going to win Cash Flow Accelerator for free. And I'm also going to be giving away the Abundance Alignment Bundle. Okay, so 3 giveaways just by playing bingo. The bingo card is in the, where's the bingo card? I know, right? Like, I want the damn bingo card. It's in the Facebook group, Unlocking Six-Figure Success. So go in that group, and the bingo card is pinned to the top. Download the bingo card. You have until Sunday. So for those of you that are watching the replay, you've got plenty of time. Go back and watch the replays. Go back and catch day 1 and, cross off your bingo card. When you hit bingo, I need you to take a picture of the card and message it to me. Everybody that gets bingo is going to be entered in the drawing, and I will do the drawing on Monday. So Monday at 4 o'clock, I will be announcing the winner, the 2 prizes of the Cash Flow Accelerator, the Abundance Alignment Bundle, and also the grand prize of a half-day VIP day, one-on-one half-day VIP day. That's a $5,000 prize. Super excited to share that time with some of you. All right, any other questions? We all good for today? Oh my gosh, I actually did it in under an hour. I have 1 minute to spare, y'all. Amazing. All right, I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Please come back tomorrow, because the Empowered module is so fun, and I think you guys are really going to love it. So I will see you guys back in the Facebook group tomorrow. Okay, bye.